open the stream on my phone and see. Actually, I'll be able to do it on desktop. Test 1, 2, test. Oh wow, it's still really low. Let's try blasting up the game maybe. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's try raising the gain. Test 1, 2. Test. Trying to make sure the sound cancellation doesn't get overridden. Clicking gets picked up a little bit. Test. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but I don't want to blow it out here. We'll see. Hopefully I don't get background noise. Go back to that, look at it. I might raise the volume a little bit more. Test 1, 2, test. Okay, let's just leave it at that for now and we'll see. Let's put that there. I'm going to step away in a little bit, but we'll try to do some blockout right now. I want to hear myself there. Whoops. Let's see if I'm picking up clicking noises here. Okay, cool. It's not picking up the keyboard. It's well, no, it's good, I think. Cool. All right. So let's try working on the base of the model. Get everything set up here. Tool. Let's make a cube. Make it really thin. And I'm going to delete the top of it. So in my ground plane. I'm trying to remember how I do this. Let's turn on back face calling. Did I delete the wrong side? Or no, then you flip it, I think. So flip it. Alt N. There you go. So now I could go side view, still see the ground plane. I could see if I'm like looking down below the model, I could see it through it. So this is kind of what I want. It's kind of a weird setup. I kind of stumbled on it. I kind of like it. Let's see if I flatten it a little bit more. Call this one floor. Let's set our for FOV to 85. Let's set the camera to 85 as well for now, and we'll see. Well, we might mess with it later, but and let's set this up. We're not really going to texture a lot right now, so I'm going to set this to texture editor. Notice it's just really empty. I like that. And then we'll make this a 3D view. We'll go to our camera. Let's set up this camera a little bit. Squash that down. Let's see what we got so far, actually. I'm going to say try to give this a cool name. Call it Sci-fi Boob Girl. Yeah, save it. And then let's go new. I want to do something really quick. I just realized I want to squish this. And I want to save that as my default. Back over here. Let's change our camera. I just want to make it vertical. We're not going to get too caught up in like the exact ratio or anything. I just want something that feels right to me. Where is, I always have trouble finding this. Oh, here's the passe partout. Just make it black so all I see is the crop. Make it a little bit more vertical. Let's put this to 30 frames per second. I'm gonna save. I actually want to change that on the default too. So let's change that because I always. Where is that? I never really use 24, so I'll go to 30 by default. And then let's save that again. Slowly modifying our default file to make it more efficient. Okay, so we're back here. Let's turn off the floor in this view. And let's make it solid view. Let's turn off outline. And shadow is like laggy, so I won't do that. Let's turn on world space. That looks okay to me. Turn on backface calling. And let's try something with a bit more specular in it. Something kind of defaulty. This is cool. Just double check things. This is a little brighter. Let's just leave it on that. We have a purple background. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's just leave it there. Okay. So this view is set up, and then actually wait. Let's also hide the X and Y. Let's hide our 3D cursor. Hide extras. Actually, let's keep extras. Let's also hide the gizmo. I don't use this gizmo. Where's the gizmo? Oh, it's this one. Bone gizmo. Or no. Navigate. I never use navigate, so I just hide that. Cool. So this view is all clean now. Tuck that away. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Oops. And then I could snap this one to camera. Lock the camera view. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that. Okay. Now I can lock it. Just move this camera a little bit. It's going to be a little higher, but maybe like up here. I'll leave it like this for now. It's unlocked just so I don't move it. Okay, that's good. Let's play with this side a little bit. Let's see. I want to try a different material on this side, just so there's like a bit of contrast and we can catch things that we didn't see in the other view. Let's try custom. Let's try like off-white, I mean off-white blue, like off this grayish blue. And let's turn off shadow because it's laggy. Turn on cavity. Just a bunch of kind of relatively boring setup stuff here. Turn off extras. Okay, I'm gonna save. Maybe we could finally start. Okay. Now that I have to start, I feel the pressure. Feeling anxious and excited at the same time. I feel like there's something else I was supposed to do, but I don't remember. Oh well, we'll just come back to it later then. Ooh, I don't want that. Okay. Just turn on tool. Just kind of squish it away a bit more. Oh, am I sculpting the wrong side? Hello. Voyed? Voyed? Let's put this in here. Well, I always get worried about pronouncing names wrong, so I screwed up more. And I try to make a girl in a sci-fi suit. But we don't have a lot of experience making like sci-fi, like really flat hard surface stuff, so it's gonna be a lot of like trial and error, I think. Oopsie. Gotta make sure I turn the symmetry on. Is her name German? No, it's random. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a girl. It's always like really like anxiety provoking at the start because it can go any way, and at the same time you're like, can I do it? I don't know if I could pull it together, but you kind of sometimes like you'll catch something that works and it'll start building off of it, and you're like, it's working, it's working, it's working. But there's always the chance like you mess up and it like falls apart again, and you're like, no. It's like kind of it's like addicting, where um I'm okay at 3D. I've been trying to get really good at like sculpting. I always make the neck way too long, but I like it. That's why I keep doing it. But let's see. Um, I'm always learning. Like every time I start a project, I'll try something slightly different and I'll learn from it. So it's like I always feel like I can get better with it. Oh, you could always try Blender. It's free. I think it's like one of the strongest modeling tools, or the most versatile, I guess. Oh, you're using Blender, yeah. And if you can find like a setup and a workflow that really works for you, then it's awesome. Like if you got a drawing tablet and uh oh, you mean like how to, oh, you're saying like you're not sure how to translate the stuff from the reference to an image, kind of. Have you tried like a sculpting approach rather than like box modeling? Like I really love sculpting and I love working with the spheres because you kind of treat it almost like traditional clay, where you kind of grab like a ball of clay and squish it on, and then you mesh it together later. And the sphere isn't too heavy, so like it's it doesn't get like it doesn't pick up a noisy detail. Oh yeah, face. I do too. Like like I kind of it kind of feels like um it's hard to explain. It's like something's constantly falling and you're catching it, and it feels like that every time I make a face. Like you're juggling, I think. So it's like constantly falling. But once it like falls together, it's like it works really well. But I still use spheres though for the face, and it works really well because you can kind of base the spheres on the muscle groups or the main structures. So when you smooth the spheres, they go into the body where like the natural points of like squishing is. I might work on the face later today, but I end up like spending like 2 days on it, so I don't want to like go into it just yet. It's like one of the hardest and one of the funnest things, I think, the face. Oh yeah, I think I was the same when I first was learning how to do the face and the eyes, and it's really hard because like some areas you don't want geometry, that you want smooth, like the cheek maybe, or the curve of the face. You don't want too much geometry because it'll pick up like scratch detail. But then at the same time, you want density for like the shape of the eye curves, like the actual like slits of your eyes. You want density there and have it clean. So it's like this weird balance of like. But when you make it with spheres, you can actually do that, and then you just remesh it later, so all of the detail gets compressed once you put everything. Um, you basically make the top lid its own sphere, the bottom lid its own sphere, and you keep them separate, and you can control the shape really nicely. And like I think as humans we're like programmed to pick up on the slightest detail of the face. So if the eyebrows are slightly high, then it's like they're curious or amused, and if it's slightly like tilted, then they're angry. And so you make it like a slight mistake and you make it slightly angled, or it just feels weird. And then everyone's different. Like some people have like eyes that are like further apart, or eyes that are like thinner, or and so it's like Yeah. It's kind of weird, like when I was going to school and I took an art class and there's someone that's really good and you can't help but to feel a sense of like, no, I guess like not to the level of being threatened, but like this kind of like competitive like it's kind of like it's almost like this natural way for you to get motivated to change something that you're doing so that you could improve. It's like it's like stress. It's what do you call it? Um, Anxiety, stress, all this to like help motivate you to like react to it. And I feel like at a certain point, like I don't really. It's like I'm not really affected by it, or like it's like you see something amazing, but it's like not what you want to do, or like you would do it differently anyways. So it's like it is amazing, and you realize that, but then it's like also not what you would do or something. I don't know. Uh, so they could make like a beautiful model, but then you're uh, like I think I remember seeing like another artist who was working on. He was basically like doing box modeling and doing like hyper detail of like a jet airplane designed for like cinematics. So all the geometry is quads, or at least mostly quads, and it's high density and like super precision. And like I would not want to do that at all. But the model is really beautiful, and but it's kind of like I don't envy his position at all. Like I feel like that would be almost torture for me, where I would love to do more. I love breaking it, so like I'll keep doing remesh, and then like if the shape feels cool, then it's like yeah, it's like a fun like rounded shape. Uh, kind of got the Lilo and Stitch alien neck going on. The like at the very beginning where that that commander figure, I just see that silhouette. I don't know how much I want to do on the face here right now, but yeah, I kind of like modeling because it's like, how does it make you feel versus like 3D like more box modeling stuff is like problem solving and I need to have this piece fit into this piece. How am I gonna wait or move this camera up more? Get like an overview over here. Oh, we hide the. I've always had. I think this part of the body, this lower leg, is the hardest thing for me. I always don't know exactly what to do with it. I guess also part of it is like depending on what you're doing. So like if you're like standing on your tippy toes, like the calf muscle gets bigger and pushed up over here. And if you're just like if it's bending, then it's like different and so it's kind of weird like what do I how do I sculpt it? Oh yeah. I have you heard of like this program called PureRef, where it's a separate program that floats above all your windows, and you could drag and drop pictures off Google. I'm using it right now. I could type the name of it and you could download it for free. You just have to put $0 for donate. It floats above all your windows. I used to use it when I was drawing more in Photoshop. It's almost like a game changer because you could um you could actively rotate images, scale images, flip images, and stack them like side by side. Drag and drop off of Google or Pinterest. And I think they added like other things like GIF support, but I don't use that. I think, yeah, almost everyone uses it. I'm gonna move these legs a lot later. No, it's like a floating window, so you could change the size of the window. You can make it transparent. You could change the color of the background to like black or like half transparent, and it floats above everything. So you could have like right now I have 4 references side by side in a black window on my left side. Like on the stream, it shows like a black space where I put the text editor, but my PureRef is floating above that right now, and I see like 4 images, and I'm scaled into 1, but I can kind of see the other ones too. And I'm not really following the reference. It's like this one is almost like just the style, like it's just off of Pinterest. I think it's AI made, but it's just a girl in a sci-fi suit. But I'm kind of like generally looking at the proportions and like the pose, and I'm like imagining like where it can go. Let's make some Sonic shoes. It's a little hard to get used to. Once you install it, you have to the first time you have to right click it, and there's an option called like always on top, but you have to find that to turn it on, so it's always above everything. It's great too because they have like a shortcut for reloading what you had earlier, so you can start up your computer, open it, and hit Control Shift L, and it reloads your last setup from where you were last time. Oh, I don't really use the side view like orthographic image stuff. Like I feel like that's great for very precise product modeling where you have to line things up and make like a cup or something. But if you're doing something organic, I feel like it makes so much more sense to like nudge it and then rotate camera, nudge it, rotate camera, nudge it. But and also I'm sure like a lot of people don't like it, but if you go to preferences and go to navigation, there's an option to turn on the orbit mode to trackball, and that lets you, so like the further you're away from the center, it rotates like I guess this is tilting, but it's really good because sometimes you want like a weird angle to sculpt or paint, and it does. This happens in ZBrush already, and I think it happens in 3D Coat too. I think, or no, 3D Coat you have to press a button, but it just helps a lot to like get like organic angles instead of always being locked in like up and down. What stays visible? Oh, yeah. You should wait. Are you talking about PureRef or? Oh, yeah. You should maybe try. Oh, I guess. Do you have to line things up exactly, or are you just using it just generally? Because you could experiment with like using just PureRef. Oh, okay. I think maybe also, I don't know, I don't remember exactly. There's like probably two ways of setting it up where the actual reference image is a plane, so you could do like you could turn off back facing. So like or back face culling in solid view, and that hides the backside. So for example, like this plane I made, I erased the top face. So when I look, or no, okay, it's confusing. I I erased the top face and I flipped this normal so I could see through the bottom. And maybe that you could do something like that with your reference image where the back is invisible. I'm looking at this and they got like a giant dome on the back here. I gotta push that back in. I make like I make heads humongous and I make necks super long. I don't know if I like how far back this arm is though. I did that so I could see the thigh, but it doesn't look very natural to me. Let's see. I'm gonna change the rotation point. I use this all the time. I just set this to active element and I change the rotation with the tool origins. And then now if I click up the arm to this one, I could rotate from there. I might just put it actually forward like this, I think. Like that. I'll move this one too. I never see anyone talk about the like editing origins like that. I might put this lower. Are you saying our breasts hard to make? Um, kinda. I feel like I feel like it no, like if you kind of generally know how to make it look. But then it's like one of those things where it's like um when you're like when it's fun to sculpt then you don't care like how long it takes and you don't mind like going back and forth. So it doesn't feel difficult even though you spend like the same amount of time like doing something else. It doesn't feel like because you're like, "Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh, that looks better. That looks that looks worse. That looks better." And then you're like, I don't know. But then it's also kind of weird. It's like it's almost like the chest is kind of subjective in terms of like what people like and dislike. So like just like someone will look at someone's face and say like that's a good looking face or or like like I don't like I don't know like the same two different people will like or dislike the same thing. I was gonna make this so you could 3D print it. So like we're not gonna worry so much about like the color. We're gonna try to do more like really strong shapes. I'm not gonna rig her. It's only gonna just be I think we're just gonna pose it and that's it. Like we're just gonna pose it and then sculpt on it more. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot more work. And I tried I think a couple months ago I tried a process where I would sculpt it and then rig it and then pose it with the rig, but then the problem was it would like for example where the knees bend or arms bend, it just feels very um 0 to 1, like it feels very mechanical. But if you like sculpt it as you're doing it, like you're thinking like okay, like the thigh is gonna have more squish here. Uh, as this leg comes up here, this thigh is gonna squish, this side's gonna squish. Um, and you can kind of sculpt it as you're doing it versus like you pose it, and then there's like all this work to do after you pose it. You're like, oh no, this has to be bigger, this has to move over here, this, and it just feels more like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as good. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's tricky too, because like you'll rig it, and it looks really good in like a pose, but then as soon as you like pose it, like the thigh muscles aren't moving, and it's like, why is it so thick, and you're like bending it, and it's I don't know. Maybe there's a better way, but I just don't know. They have such thick their thighs are like Mr. Crab thighs, or no, it's Squidward thighs. Let's see. Now they look like they're trying to like stop themselves from falling. Maybe if it was like bent more like this. Try to rotate it again. Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming when I first start, because it's like, oh my god, this one's not good, this one's not good, this one's not good. That looks a little better. It's more relaxed, I think. I think this needs to be lower. Let's just bring in the Krabby Patty thighs. I want to try to like angle the legs out more. I always make shins too tall or too long too. There's no butt muscle yet. Looks like they're about to fall over. Um, hmm. Can try to bring these forward. Just squash it forward like that. Looks like Popeye. This is the point where I'm testing things out, and it's like something was working, and now it's like I broke it, and it's kind of this anxious rush, like, can I get it back? Can I fix it? But then sometimes it like you end up doing something that's even better. So it's like kind of a weird. These almost feel like shoes. They're too far. I made it super stiff and straight now. What type of add-ons do you need for this mesh? You mean to make this model right now? I haven't used any add-ons so far. All I'm doing is I create a UV sphere, and I have a hotkey for adding a subdiv. So that's all I'm doing. I added a UV sphere. I added UV sphere, and then I just made a shortcut for this multi-res, and then setting it to 2. And I just sculpt it, so I just go in this. I'm pushing and pulling the shape. But later I'm going to be using quad remesher, and then we might try hard ups and box cutter later, but I just got these. I haven't really tested them too much, but my main one is quad remesher. So it like kind of, it gives me clean geometry to work with. Because a lot of my processes, I use the remesh modifier. So like I'll combine like the neck and the head, for example. Oops. I'll combine them and I'll do remesh. And then after that, I do quad remesher. And it gets me clean geometry like this. But that's like later on. So like what's really cool about that is I don't care about geometry at all. Or I kind of care a little bit as I'm sculpting to like get, so I don't have any like noise. No, I don't really have like an exact reference. I just have like 4 different Pinterest images I grabbed off Pinterest. So it's still like really open-ended. I wanted to make her pretty skinny though, like kind of sharp looking, like almost like a razor. So she'll have like pointy bits. Can make this like straighter like this. Low poly detail. Um, it's not really low poly. Try to let's see. I don't want to go too far in the head because I get lost in the head. Looks like kind of like that the meme with like that cooked lizard. I think I don't remember where it's from though, but it's like it has like a lizard head. I try to put all the pieces there so I have like proportional reference to different parts. Got Squidward hands. See if I got background noise. Oh, we're good. No background noise. Finally got the mic set up. Let this go more in the middle. Got Lego hands. You kind of see like a thumbnail right here. Make the middle more thicker, I guess. Okay. Make that maybe a little bit smaller. Mirror it. Lego hands. Try to relax them, I guess. Yeah, there you go. The thumb is the most detailed part of this model right now. It's kind of funny. Okay. Let's revisit. Let's revisit the core. I also want the legs further apart, I think. Let's combine these. I think they're all the same. Oh, you know what? Turn off that. Yeah. And now move this out. I think I froze Blender. I hit like the wrong button. It froze. Come on, Blender, you could do it. Don't crash. Come on. I might have to restart. Blender's always been pretty good though, in terms of not crashing. I pressed like F and then G and it blew it up. Come on. All right, at this point, let's see. Let's just reset. Oh, I had this opened. Oops. Let's see how much we lost. Oh, we didn't lose anything. Blender's awesome. Yeah, I don't think we lost anything. Okay, cool. That was awesome. We didn't lose anything. Okay. Let's kind of sculpt more of a rib cage here. That'll let us see whether or not we like what's happening with this shape. I also want to change the arms a bit. So let me see what's going on here. These all have the same modifiers, so I'll modify this. And I'll combine them for now. Turn off mirror, or let's just hide mirror for a sec, and then I'm just going to have the arms even more relaxed. Like this. So the shoulders come out further. I think that'd be kind of better. So I don't want this like as chiseled. So push that in. Like this. So it's more rounded. Let's keep this pretty flat, so leave it more ambiguous for now. Bring it there a little bit. Yeah, just leave it relatively unmodified for now. I might delete this shape. It's not really working right now, so I'll replace it. Let's add a let's add like a trapezius area here. Trapezius shape. Last time we made a character, we didn't use deltoid muscles, which turned out okay. So maybe we could do that again, but I don't really know. Or this could be the deltoid. Maybe. Something like that. Just kind of have it come up the neck. Nah, I don't want to. I don't want to make it the delta. I think it's gonna be too much for that one shape to handle. It's kind of already like the trap muscle, so let's just let that be what it does. Flip it. Something like that. Flip it again. Let's make this more rounded. That's smaller. Like super skinny, but I want to add like mass after, so I want to see. I want to rotate this hand, I think. Like that, yeah. I might make it more. Like that. I think that's better. Oh no, is it crashing? Oh my god, it's crashing. I didn't save this time. It's weird. It's like edit mode and then I don't know. I don't remember the exact hotkey I pressed, but we found a way to crash the new Blender apparently. Still loading. No. I hit undo, hopefully. Hmm. Oh, 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 it worked. Oh, thank God. Oof. Save. What happened? What's this overlapping? Okay, I think we went back to the point where it didn't get affected. Cool. Oof, that was close. Um, I want to try. I want to make her like really wide. So let's try combining it. And then, why is it so laggy? Okay. Let's see what angle feels good here. Could do this, or we could tilt it in this. Does that feel too wide? We could try it, and if it's too much, I'll pull back. Let's see if I can move these together. Oh, shoot. That's right, okay. Oh, this has merge on. Oh, we got lucky, nothing merged. It's kind of annoying, that little button. I wish it was off by default. Let's see if we could adjust it here. Kind of like that. So it kind of points in like this. It like bows a bit. And this thigh goes forward. I got like duck leg or duck feet. Something like that. I have to experiment with like adding more mass here, but I don't want to do it just yet. Let's make sure these are actually mirrored correctly. So clear all transforms. Yeah, we're good. I'm not gonna add the butt just yet. Let's see. Separate the foot. Save, because that seems to crash when I go into edit mode. That. Try to give like that bump on your foot there. Let's use the clay brush. Oh wait, I'm not sculpting. Let's do it on this side. There it is. We might have to like retopo these, but let's just kind of push it around a little bit now, and then we'll come back to it later. really got to work on these later, but I don't really know what I want to do yet with these feet. Clear transforms. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do yet. Maybe add more mass here, yeah. Not sure. Yeah, something like that. What if we point them out like this? I never do that. That's kind of interesting, actually. I never do that. Huh. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. I wonder what kind of prompts they'll have. Let's just try it. It's kind of interesting. I like this. We might be able to like design different feet based on this new angle. Let's pull this down more. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I might make them smaller though. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I like that. Clear transforms. I'm gonna put this in the arm folder. Arm. I'm gonna do a folder called arms. Arm side. Arm side. Just scream it with text. I'll put this up here. It's delete collection. Scene tools. Everything's in scene tools, which is bad, but I'll put it over project. There you go. So we got the floor. Let's change our setup here. Let's make it so these are off. So it's just these. I like that setup a lot, actually. Let's save for a sec, and then we'll jump out to our default. Wait, what? Why is it saying that? Okay, so I want to change it over here to my default as well. Like that. So this is by default. A lot of default changes today. Okay, we're back here. The head is pretty rough right now. Kind of want to try it. I'm gonna make this more stylized. Let's make it kind of like more rounded. Yeah, that feels cooler to me. It's like arc the arms a bit, I think. Kind of mirror this. Got rid of some of the mass in the back there. Let's make this more pushed in. I'm not sure how much I want to do on this piece here. I could add another part. And the back. Flatten this all out too. There's no butt yet. We'll squish it, I think, more middle. Hmm. The proportions don't feel good. Yeah, something just doesn't feel good. I'll have to play with it here. I might hit the save button and then we'll kind of start exploring, I think. But before I do that, I want to see if I can add a few more pieces. Hmm. Yeah. It's okay. It's like just starting. Like this feels like it needs to tuck in more. Oh wait, the wrong side. Save just in case I crash here. Like it feels this feels that this feels like it needs to be tucked in like that. Kinda. Like it's missing a bunch of groups, like muscle groups, I think. Sure how I feel about this angle too. And I feel like these arms are humongous, like they're super long or something. So let's try squashing them up more. That's a nice curve now. More of an S curve. Let's also lower this strength. That feels generally better. Feels a little better. Let's use the plugin that I really like. The Transpose Master. Actually, you know what? The problem with that is we lose mirroring though. It's kind of annoying. Now let's play it. Let's just do it. So let's go through here. Make sure all of these are mirrored. Wait, did I do the right one? Oh yeah. I was like, wait, why is this have a mirror? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's apply that. Double check. Everything just has like a subdiv on it, which is cool. Yeah, I don't have too many parts yet, so it's not too hard. Let's save. Let's grab everything. Oh, let's make the floor ungrabbable. I'll save. I should probably save. Well, yeah, it's okay. I don't mind if I lose this detail. I think we'll come up with something better, so it's okay. This is the plugin I linked in my YouTube. It's like basically transpose master for Blender. So I made a copy, and now it gets sculpted this guy as if it was one piece. Make sure symmetry's on. And now we could do broad changes to the whole body without having to give up all the all the modifiers and combining everything. And I think this angle should be more sharper. Yeah. So I think this side should come up more. And I think instead of being so thick here, it should be thinner. I'm just gonna mask the sides off here. I think I can hide these, right? Can I? Oh, I can't do that. I could do, actually I could do this. In sculpt mode, I could do face sets by loose parts. Let's hide the colors. Hide the colors, and then I'm gonna hide the arms right now. Now we can sculpt on the torso. There you go. But I do want to like add more stuff here. But now do I like where this rib cage is happening? I could bring it down. Could do an arcing shape here. Can I squish this down? I think squishing it down makes sense here. Kind of seeing where things can go there. Maybe pull back the rib cage a little bit. The butt's missing, but the butt's gonna come out this way. The belly button's more here. The thigh. Trying to make it have an angle. Does that feel better? Flattening it there. Let's try giving it more twist here. We made the top more wide now. Thighs are not feeling right. That feels more planted now. Oh, that feels so much more planted. Okay. We don't have a lot of control in the middle. Um, so we have to kind of work on the middle section after we turn this off. Let's undo that, redo that, kind of see. So the head gets bigger. Trying to see where else we can go. Thighs are just not working. It's wider. Wider. I kind of don't want it wide there. Okay. Let's see if we can go in here with that higher. Oh yeah, that's really interesting there. Okay. That makes it really stylized. I kind of like how stylized that looks. I think this area is not working. Flattening the front there. Yeah, I think flattening is a good idea. It kind of crushes some stuff, but it's not working anyways, so. Hmm. Okay, I think what we have here is more interesting than we had earlier, so maybe you could also just uh, squish the head. Yeah, that feels better. Let's see. See where else we can go with this here. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Like really thicken the bottom. Hmm. Seeing if we could just kind of pull something else out here. Is there anything clicking? Yeah, that kind of clicks right there. I could bring this down more. That feels better, I think. Maybe it's too thin though. I'll bring the head down more. Let's see, where's that tool? Let's bring the head down. So you can see before and after. Oh, that feels weird now. Okay, let's see if we could sculpt it there. The arms. Forgot about the arms. Did a bunch of changes. Really compressed this muscle, I guess. And then let's bring back the arms. Um, there. I was like, oh no. What I could do, though, do this, and we could mask this. Then unshow, and then we could mask. Yeah, there. Oops. And save just in case we freeze up again. Just kind of sculpt these into place a little bit. Kind of like that. Getting a little better. So let's load this into the main body. Oh my god, bros. Oh no, it didn't freeze. Whew. Okay, I'll save now. Gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna apply this back to the main body. Nice, no errors, perfect. Let's get rid of the copy. I should have taken a snapshot so I could have seen before and after. But oops. Let's make sure this is locked to camera. Let's change the way it looks here. Let's try a different material. Let's also change the background color to something else. Let's do like a light color, so we just get like a different read on the silhouette. It's a little too bright though. Like a pink, like a warm pink sounds kind of good right there. Let's change the matte cap. Something that could be cool. That's kind of cool. But let's keep looking. We can go white and then change the color as well. That's kind of fun. Like an off. Maybe I should do like a complementary color. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. It's a little dark though. So let's see if we could change this color. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. So you get a different read. And I will unlock the camera. Save. Oh, why does this save take so long? That was weird. Okay, I'll snapshot now, so that way at least like later we'll compare. I could always watch the YouTube video and take a snapshot of that too, so it's like not too big of a deal. So we still have a recording. It's about the hour-and-a-half mark, so I'm gonna take a little break and then come back and kind of maybe have a mini reset to see how we feel about things. But we got pretty far.